I've been in the online business space now for 7 years, and for 5 of those years, I've been coaching other clients to start off their own coaching business. In today's video, I'm going to give you the 10 lessons that I've learned that will save you a lot of time, stress, effort, and most importantly, wasted money. And I wish somebody actually taught me these before, because I would have been much further along by this time. So with that being said, if you're a coach or a consultant or an agent or anything like that, and you have an offer where you help other people solve their problems, this is the video for you, okay? Lesson number 1 that I have learned, and this has been a very painful one, is that sales is the most important skill that you will learn in your business, okay? Now, it may sound obvious, but actually for me personally, this took a very long time to figure out, because I thought if I just provide a lot of value on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, and I provide a whole bunch of good quality service, people will just buy naturally. But the reality is it's very different. Now, I understand a lot of people watching this video maybe think, okay, you know what? I don't really like being sold to. It feels sleazy. I don't want to become across like a sneaky saleswoman. But the reality is this, is that you have to reframe the way you think about sales. The truth is, sales is much more about solving other people's problems, okay? That's all it is. And I'll give you an example. So I have a student, okay, who was an Amazon FBA coach, and before working with me, he was earning around £1,200 each and every single month. He had an offer that was around £200 a month, I believe, and he was getting 5 or 6 clients every single month. And when I jumped on a sales call with him, which I kind of call like a consultation call more than anything, basically what I told him is, hey, if you work with me, I've been here before, I think you should be earning anything between 10 to 20,000 each and every single month, not charging people £200, and you should be actually making a lot more than you currently are right now. And I think with the right strategy, the right content strategy, the right offer, the right course, and the right benefits that you're providing to your clients, you could be making a lot more money, okay? And then he bought into my service, okay? And then the very following month, he made £8,000. And then after that, the next month, he made £12,000. Now, did I do anything wrong there? No, in my personal opinion at least. I sold him onto a service, onto my offer, but in return, I completely changed his life, going from 1,200 to 8 and then 12 grand the very following months, okay? So if you're actually providing a lot of value to your audience and you know you have something very valuable to give, then you should be really confident in your offer, and you should not see sales as something that you should be avoiding at all costs, which is exactly what I was doing. Anyways, lesson number 2, followers equals money. Not, okay? We believe that, you know what, the more followers I have, the more views I get, the more money I'm going to make. And the reality is that is so not true. It may have been true back in 2016, 2018, maybe, but with the rise of TikTok, with the rise of short form content, the amount of followers you have, the amount of subscribers you have, the amount of people that view you have almost zero correlation to how much money you're going to make. Here's an example of what my journey actually felt like. This is kind of speaking from my own experience. So for the first 3 years, all I did in my social media journey is I spoke about nothing but Amazon FBA, okay? I got to around 20,000 followers across all social media platforms, and I was making around 20 to 25K each and every single month. So 20,000 subscribers, 25K each and every single month. What's important here is most of my videos did not get over 1,000 views, okay? But they were very specific around Amazon FBA. Now, what I thought was it would be a good idea for me to actually increase my followers. So maybe I should start speaking about broader subjects such as side hustles, reacting to side hustles, e-commerce, and all that sort of stuff in general. That should get me more followers and therefore make me more money, right? And my thought process is the more followers I have, they will be funneled into my program and then kind of go from there. And it worked, okay? My followers grew from 20,000 to over 1 million across all social media platforms, but the amount of money I was making actually dropped. And there's a very good reason for that. Is because before, the target people were very interested in Amazon FBA and nothing else, okay? That's what I was known for. That's what they went for. When I started doing side hustle videos, other audiences started to come in. Children started watching my videos. People that were between the ages of like 13 to 18 started watching my videos. And yes, they mean more followers. Yes, they mean more views, but they were never affording my services, because my services started at around £1,000, working with me exactly. So they were literally just vanity metrics and nothing else. And because I was making less of Amazon FBA specific content, I actually started making less of actual mentorship money. So make sure to always focus on the actual viewer, not the number of views. Okay, you're much better off having an engaging audience that is much smaller than just people that come and watch you for entertainment and completely forget about you and can never afford anything that you may offer to them. Okay, number three is content alone won't get you clients. Okay, what do I mean by that? Basically, what this means is content alone will not get you clients. Now, a lot of coaches out there, a lot of gurus who absolutely don't know what the hell they're talking about say, hey, just post more, just post more, just post content and the clients will come to you, okay? If you're a brand new coach, if you're interested in coaching, if you're interested in getting clients through social media, yes, you have to post in the very beginning. However, creating content is a long-term game. The reality is this: your content will suck in the very beginning. Number two, you won't have much of a reputation or a credibility. You're not going to get that many views and people don't really know who you are. So in the very beginning, what I think content is a very passive way of getting customers. Is basically putting out valuable information out there and then waiting for people to come to you. If you want to get quick wins, you have to go for networking events where your target audience is at, so you can actually speak to people face to face, and you have to do outreach as well. So if somebody watches your video and they like it and they comment on it, whatever, you have to manually reach out to them and try and book them on a call, because that's how you're going to get those few quick wins in the very beginning. If you're just going to post content and not do anything else, which is kind of what I did, it will take you a very long time to get your very first few clients, okay? It took me, I think, 6 months to get my very first client, because all I did was just post content, close the laptop, and that was it, okay? So make sure if you're serious about making money, you're gonna have to put in some work in the very beginning. And I think you should see it like a snowball down a mountain. In the very beginning, when you're just getting started, you're gonna have to put a lot of effort and you're gonna have to do everything you can just to get those first few clients in. Later down the line, stuff does get slowly but surely a lot easier. Okay, lesson number 4, stories. Okay, what do I mean by that? There's a viewer on my TikTok live that has made a very, very good point, and it will stick with me for a long time. And that is, facts tell, stories sell. Okay, let me repeat that again. Facts tell, stories sell. What do I mean? So if you're a coach right now, the reality is you're probably not going to be the best one in the world in your chosen field. I'm sorry to break it to you, but there is somebody that is more qualified, more experienced, have been in the game for much, much longer, okay? And you have to accept that. So then you're gonna have to ask yourself the question as to why should people buy from you as opposed to somebody else that may potentially be better? And the reality is, it is because of your story. If you don't sell stories, if you don't tell stories to your audience, you're just going to be another person that's providing valuable information that you could read off ChatGPT, a book, another YouTube video, or whatever. If you start sharing stories about your own personal challenges, problems, achievements, successes, failures, and all that sort of stuff, you will become a lot more relatable to your audience, and it will be the reason why people buy from you as opposed to somebody else. To illustrate that, let me give you an example. So when I was in the very, very beginning, I didn't tell any of my stories, okay? And then all of a sudden, when I started speaking about how difficult I found online entrepreneurship to be, how many people didn't believe me in the very, very beginning, how my family, my friends, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, all of that sort of stuff just literally said, hey, don't go for this business. You're going to fail. You're not going to be successful. You know, when my very first product came in, my mom pulled me aside and said, hey, can you get a refund from this? You're never going to make any money. You should be focusing on getting a better job instead, right? And when I told these stories to my audience, all of a sudden on my calls, they said, yeah, I went for you because I'm going through exactly the same thing. My mom wants me to be an accountant. My dad wants me to be a lawyer or a doctor, and I just want to run my own business. It feels like you know exactly what I'm talking about, and I want to go with you because I feel like you're the right person to help me because you have gone through exactly what I'm going through right now. So don't be scared to show a little bit more of your personality, a little bit more of your stories. because that's what's going to make you really stand out from everybody else, okay? Number 5, and number 5, we have accountability, okay? This is a very, very important lesson that I've actually learned recently. Now, if you're a coach, in my opinion, there are 3 places you can be. You can either be a good coach, okay, and that is somebody that literally just got their own diploma. Let's say, for example, you're a fitness coach, you're a personal trainer, you have got you've done 6 weeks, you've got your certificate, and you essentially now have all the knowledge required in order to get somebody a result, whether that's gaining muscle, whether that's losing fat, whatever. Now, if you're a great coach, that means you have the certifications, but you also have experience as well. So you have got a lot of clients, you know exactly what their failures are, what their challenges are, what they really struggle with, and you can work and basically help them from experience as opposed to just what the book said, right? But the best coaches, in my opinion, and this is exactly what I'm striving to be, is you going to keep your clients accountable. You're going to make sure that they do what they said they're going to do. So for example, I have a client right now, his name is Neelan, and he told me he's going to be doing 4 YouTube videos each and every single month, okay? Now, a good coach will say, okay, cool. Well, this is what other people say on what to do around YouTube. You should do it. Great coach will give their experience on how to do YouTube videos. But what I want to do is I want to give all of that, and also I want to make sure that it actually gets done, okay? I don't put the ball in just his court. I want to make sure that those videos get filmed, get shot, get scripted, get edited, and then get posted as well. I put myself, like, I really connect with the actual client, and I want to make sure that they see the success and the results that they really want from the very beginning. So sometimes this may lead to some really difficult conversations because your clients may give you excuses, reasons why they can't do such and such. But if you care about them, you are willing to take those difficult conversations, and that will actually result into them getting more results, better results, and they will actually appreciate you for actually, wanting the best for them more than anything. Number 6 is understanding that business is long term, okay? And this is really addressed to every single coach or guru out there who basically tells you, hey, if you sign up with me, you're going to get clients next week. If you're signing up with me, you're going to be making $10,000, pounds, euros, whatever, the very following month. And the truth is, unless you have a business established already and there's a few tweaks that needs to be changed, if you're just getting started, the results will take a little longer than you think. Like I said earlier, my first client came in months after I started posting content, okay? So what you have to understand is business is a long-term game, and anybody that tells you otherwise, run away. Don't actually go for it, because in my personal opinion, if it's too good to be true, if it just sounds too good to be true, it usually is, okay? So don't fall for those tricks and whatever they're going to use, fake results, fake testimonials, whatever, to try and get you over the line. Because if you're going to be in this online business game, in this online coaching business game, you're going to have to put in the time, put in the effort, and be patient, okay? More than anything. Number 7 is waiting lists, okay? Now, this I wish I knew sooner. And the reason why I say that is because after I did my very first course around Amazon FBA, I started getting clients. 2-3 years in, I had probably about 200-300 people that I've coached. And I thought, okay, well, you know what? I'm getting a little bit tired of just speaking about Amazon FBA. Why don't I create another course? Okay. Now, I'm very passionate about making money, investing money, and so on and so forth. So I thought, well, all of the people that I have coached around Amazon FBA, they're now making money, and therefore they need to know what to do with it. So I'm going to create this course called Money Mindset. It's going to be amazing, and then I can upsell all of my clients onto this course. It sounded great in theory. 6 weeks took me to script the course, shoot the course, and edit the course. Then it took me a whole 2 months to actually market it and speak about it time and time again. And you know how many sales I've made at the end of it? Just 1. So imagine that, spending all of that time, all of that effort, all of that money, everything, stress, late nights of shooting the videos, re-recording it, and so on and so forth, just to get 1 sale. Now, what I should have done instead is I should have created a waiting list instead. So to my audience, what I should have asked is, I said, hey, I'm thinking about doing this course on how to invest your money and what to do with your money. Would you be interested in it? And if nobody showed any interest, it would have saved me so much time and effort like actually not making the course and doing potentially something else. Okay, so waiting lists are very, very good to essentially test the demand, test the market, so to speak, before you really invest a lot of your resources into a specific project. Okay, and honestly, I can't stress this enough. Like, you should be focusing on what your clients want, not what you want to do. For example, in my case, I wanted to do the course more so than my clients wanted to do so. And actually, if I just had a waiting list, that would have never happened. So, number 8. Number 8 is, well, actually it rhymes. Number 8 is delegate. So what do I mean by that? So when you start getting your first clients, you start getting paid a little bit, the very first bit of things that you should be spending your money on is delegating your headaches out. So I'll give you an example. For example, right now, I have an editor that will edit this video because I myself am a terrible editor and I hate doing it. Callum, if you guys don't know him, he's been great, and all of a sudden, once I post this video, it's all going to be sent to him. He will edit it, he will cut it up and all that, and make sure that it's all ready for posting, because I hate doing editing myself. I also hate posting the videos myself, so I got myself a virtual assistant who will post the videos on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, LinkedIn, Twitter, all those platforms for me, because I don't want to be going from one social media app to another. What I also hate to do is actually clean my house, so I decided to get myself a cleaner as well. So instead of spending money on holidays, on nice fancy things and all that sort of stuff, make it much easier for you to do what you want to do long term. Because if you take on all of these headaches, if you don't delegate anything, and if you start to do pretty much everything yourself, that is just the fastest way to essentially just burn out and realize that, hey, this is not for you, it's too much stress, too much effort, and I just don't want to do it anymore. So to avoid that, make sure to delegate as quickly as possible. All right, number 9 is taxes. Okay, what do I mean by taxes? Well, just to kind of give you a little story, is 2 years ago, I believe last year actually, I come back from Thailand, okay, after having a great time for about a month. I went to Koh Samui and Phuket, come back. And I don't know if you guys ever have this, you go to the post box and you see a whole bunch of letters after obviously not checking your post for a month. Letters of bills and all that sort of stuff, no problem. And then I see this one letter, which is a brown HMRC letter. And I'm like, uh-oh, this is not good. Open up the letter, and HMRC basically wants to see 4 years of my VAT tax returns. Now, in the beginning, I wasn't worried at all because, well, there's nothing that I'm doing wrong. There's nothing that I'm hiding or anything like that. And therefore, I just asked my accountant, hey, can you pull up the records? Let's send this to HMRC and let's just get it over and done with. Not a problem. We send over all the records. Cut a long story short, after a lot of back and forth, we realized that I was actually reclaiming VAT, value added tax, on something that I shouldn't have had. Okay, so I charge my customers VAT, but then on all of the fees, the fulfillment fees, the referral fees, the advertising fees, I actually was reclaiming the VAT. However, it turns out that Amazon is actually not based in the UK, and I was reclaiming on something that I shouldn't have had. So, cut a long story even shorter, I had to pay the HMRC £150,000 plus fines, and basically learn a very valuable lesson. And that lesson was to learn about taxes and how to be as tax efficient as possible. Okay, this is something that you can't just push off to your accountant, because their job is very different. Their job is to make sure your taxes get filed on time, but you need to learn a lot about sales and taxes, because saving £10,000 in taxes is just as good as making £10,000 in taxes. Okay, oh, in revenue, sorry. And the very last one is your offer. Okay, what do I mean by that? If you're just starting out, your very first offer is going to suck, okay? Your very first offer is going to be your worst offer, and that is totally fine, okay? But what is not fine is when I see coaches, so many out them, is they create their course, they create their offer, and they don't change it, they don't improve on it, they don't work on it at all. Your offer should always work and start to improve itself after you get more and more results, after you get more and more clients through it. Okay, so once you learn what are the problems that your clients are facing, what are the challenges, what do they like, what do they don't like, you should continue to make your offer better and better and better. Because if you want to make a lot of money long term as an online coach, you need to make sure that your offer gets better, gets more clients, because if it gets more client results, you will get more testimonials, get more referrals, people will be happier, and therefore you will be easier to continue getting more and more clients as the time goes. Okay, now if you don't, then the opposite will happen. What will happen is people will buy into you at a cheaper price because obviously you can't charge more. They will not be happy with what they've seen. They will ask for their money back. They will give you bad reviews. And most importantly, your reputation will go down the drain and your business will never be able to take off. So what I can't stress enough is this: if you're serious about making money online, if you're serious about having your own coaching business, you have to focus on all of these 10 lessons that I took a very long time to learn. And each and every single one of these can save you a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of potential headaches. Now, if you're a coach and if you're serious about building up your own coaching business in the near future, make sure to book a call directly with myself or my team. We can definitely help you out, either just give you a little bit of friendly, free advice, or potentially work with you for the foreseeable future to actually take your business where you want it to be. With that being said, it's pretty much it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.